Hello, I'm Jessica Katapodis, and I'm presenting on healthy soils, sustainable agriculture, and my plan to get our soil healthy again. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, after oceans, soils are the largest carbon pool on Earth. But right now, we are facing a crisis of soil biological degradation. Current agricultural practices, like tilling, chemical overuse, and monoculture, are destroying soil. This brings me to my main question. How can we implement a multi-level strategy to restore soil health when financial barriers currently prevent widespread adoption? For this project, I focused on three common agricultural practices. First, intensive tilling. Tilling, also known as plowing, focuses on breaking the soil, which exposes carbon to the air and releasing it as CO2. It also shatters the soil's natural structure, aggregates. Once the soil aggregates are broken, it destroys the sponge that holds water, which can then lead to flash floods. Second is chemical overuse. Synthetic fertilizers and pesticides stress the soil. This can force the living soil microbes into survival mode and can cause them to stop doing their essential jobs. The soil food web will become disrupted. This traps farmers in a cycle where they have to keep buying more fertilizer. Third is monoculture. Growing the same crop over and over releases natural toxins, a process called allelopathy. It also damages the soil structure. With only one type of root system, the ground eventually loses its ability to hold water. And finally, it invites pests. A recent UC Davis study found that insects need specific nutrient levels to thrive. A monoculture acts like a perfect buffet, where every leaf is delicious, causing pest populations to explode. To fix this, we need to return diversity to the farm, even if it's just mixing plant genetics, to make that buffet much less appetizing to the pests. So, how do we fix it? Level 1 is about restoring biology on the farm. We need no-till farming to stop shattering those aggregates. This protects soil macropores and keeps carbon trapped underground. We also need to implement usage of cover crops and polyculture. Cover crops keep living roots in the ground, which can help feed the microbes. And polyculture creates a balanced diet for the soil, bringing back the diversity we lost. And finally, we need to replace chemical overuse with biological inputs and integrated pest management. By using compost and natural pest predators instead of synthetic sprays, we break the addiction to fertilizers and let the soil food web heal. The barrier? This isn't free. Changing methods requires new equipment, new seeds, new knowledge. That costs money upfront, and it's often before profits can even roll in. To fix the cost issue, level 2 is about community. First, we use equipment cooperatives. Instead of every farmer buying an expensive no-till drill, a co-op buys one that everyone can share. This spreads out the cost. Second, knowledge transfer. We need field days where farmers can teach each other. Connecting beginners with experts builds trust. The barrier: farmers are very busy running a farm. They rarely have time to teach, especially for free, and it's hard to find experts nearby. Finally, level 3 is about policy. First, we need funding expansion. We need to clear the backlog of grant applications so farmers can get money faster. We also need to simplify the paperwork so family farms are not overwhelmed. Second, fiscal initiatives. We need tax credits for every acre converted to no-till. We also need lower insurance premiums for farmers who build flood-resistant soil. The barrier: the main obstacle here is simply how slow the government can move when it comes to making changes. They have their own barriers and rules they need to follow, which then in turn causes us longer wait times. Feasibility and ethics. I analyzed the specific hurdles to make this work. Economically, the problem is the temporary dip in crop yield during the switch. The fix is the tax credits I proposed. This gives farmers cash on hand to stay in business while the soil heals and their profits regenerate. Socially, the problem is the knowledge gap. The fix I propose is funded community networks. This would be like state funded demonstration farms that would allow experts in green farming, no tilling, cover crops to mentor other farmers without losing money. Now, regarding equity, small and minority businesses often get left behind. We need to find a way to mandate specific grants for limited resource farmers to ensure this green transition doesn't widen the inequality gap. So, in conclusion, while soil degradation is not inevitable, we can take steps to reverse it. My proposed strategy works on three levels. One, farm level, restoring the biology. Two, community level, sharing the knowledge. And three, on the policy level, which would be providing funding. The outcome is clear. Restoring living soil secures our food, cleans our water, and fights climate change. Thank you very much.